Hello and welcome to my channel. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share, subscribe if you haven't already. 2021 is already coming in with a bang. And after all these years of letting Trump get on his Twitter and social media accounts and say whatever comes top of his head, now they have banned him from social media. On top of that, they're linking him with these conspiracy theories and even talking about impeachment. Rumor has it, Trump is trying to find a way to pardon himself. We'll see how that goes. Stay tuned for the rest of my commentary.
Silence from the president's Twitter account in his waning days as commander-in-chief. Twitter, run by CEO Jack Dorsey, saying after close review of the president's recent tweets, it banned him due to the risk of further incitement of violence. Twitter specifically warning, quote, plans for future armed protests have already begun proliferating on and off Twitter, including a proposed secondary attack on the U.S. Capitol and state Capitol buildings on January 17th. After the ban, the president tried to tweet from other campaign and staff accounts, triggering a game of whack-a-mole, with Twitter quickly taking down his posts. Many platforms have banned or restricted the president's accounts, including Facebook and Instagram, where he's blocked indefinitely and for at least the next 2 weeks.
It's a sad day when big tech has more power than big government, that they can censor the president of the United States.
Because Twitter is a private company, experts say the removal of the president for violating their rules is not a violation of the First Amendment.
It seems to me anything that is deemed negative that supports Trump is always going to be broadcast by the media, such as the Proud Boys and even these group of conspiracy theories. Yes, Trump has made mention to some of the things that have been broadcast, yet is it fair to label these people in accordance to just being Trump supporters? I say that by saying this: I really don't care about some of the things the media is putting out there now. The fact of the matter is, since Trump has been in office, just go and look up all the pedophile rings that have been exposed. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but hey, I'm just saying, it's a little bit too coincidental, if you ask me.
Some of the most shocking images from the Capitol breach. One pro-Trump rioter in face paint and a horned hat confronting law enforcement holding a spear. The man, now identified as Jake Angeli, flaunted the raid in an interview with NBC News, saying the fact that we had a bunch of our traitors in office hunker down, put on their gas masks, and retreat into their underground bunker, I consider that a win. Police say Angeli is a known QAnon conspiracy theorist who has been seen at previous Trump rallies. QAnon is a far-right extremist group that, among other outlandish things, believes Democrats are running a satanic pedophile ring out of this D.C. pizza parlor. Savannah asked President Trump about his stance on QAnon in October.
It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true, and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon. I do know they are very much against pedophilia.
Those comments came after the president said this in August.
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much, which I appreciate. I've heard these are people that love our country.
Ashley Babbitt, the woman shot and killed in the riot, was another QAnon follower. The day before, she tweeted, "Nothing will stop us. They can try and try and try, but the storm is here." The storm, a reference to a QAnon fantasy in which Trump punishes Democrats for their supposed misdeeds.
Are you a pedophile?
I do not fit the either clinical or dictionary definition of it.
If you're not a pedophile, then how would you describe your particular pathology?
I acted out.
The president is unfit, and the president is unwell, and the president must now relinquish control of the executive branch voluntarily or involuntarily.
you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Section 4 of the 25th Amendment allows a majority of the cabinet and the vice president to assume the duties of the office of presidency until the president is able to himself.
If the vice president and the cabinet refuse to stand up, Congress should reconvene to impeach the president. Plain and simple.
The House, if they come together and have a process, I will definitely consider whatever articles they might move, because as I've told you, I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office.
We can use procedural tools to get articles of impeachment to the floor for a House vote quickly, early as the mid next week.
It's interesting to me that these people are talking about impeaching this man. He's pretty much out of office right now. So what is the significance in this? And then to suspend him from social media, never mind, this man has been on social media for years, saying the most absurd things at times. Why is the significance now? When I see things being broadcast through the media, I have a lot of questions. And to me, when I see things like this, I go beyond the surface level thinking. Because mind you, I'm the type of person that have watched some of the lives that were broadcast on social media, in which people captured their deaths and arrests leading up to unfortunate events for them. With that being said, I also witnessed certain things being taken off of social media. So just following the story and how these people have so much access to all these profiles. Mind you, when we use these platforms, these are other people's platforms, so they can pretty much do what they want. But at the end of the day, people should start looking at these little red flags. I remember in specific a lady, Korean Gaines, and a lot of the information that was on her profile mysteriously disappeared. And we all know that everything that was reported originally was a little bit conflicting with what really happened. But long story short, my point is, it's very ironic, the timing. Some people believe that Trump is truly a savior and is working against evil right about now. I don't really know about all that. All I know is that a lot of the things that we see goes deeper than what they show us. So just pay attention when you see these type of headlines going on. Because if they can do this to the president, what do you think that's going to say about any other person?